Yo, what's happening, man? You already know it's your favorite guy, Chill on the check in with another episode of Chill Talk, the podcast. And as you can see, we got a real special guest in the building this afternoon. Goes by the name of Angelyse Mariah. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. What city are you located in right now?
Right now, I'm in New Jersey. I'm from Union County. Like I'm a small town in Union County.
Okay, but is Union County still New Jersey?
Yeah. It's North Jersey. Like I'm 30 minutes out from Manhattan.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So we broadcasting live all the way from New Jersey. I never been to New Jersey,
I've never been out in Atlanta either.
so we're gonna have to swap it out then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to swap it out. So listen, get the folks, tell the people what what's your name and what you got going on.
So my name is Angelyse Mariah. I'm a singer songwriter from New Jersey. I'm 19 years old. Started writing music about 2 years ago. I have my last single came out February 14th, Corny Text. I'm available on all platforms. Y'all can find me at Angelyse Mariah. And the next single I have coming out April 23rd. It's like this Latin Spanglish joint that y'all really gonna like for the summertime.
Okay. Is it a is it more like a up tempo beat on the new single? Is it more up tempo or what? It's a club.
Yeah. It's like, dance, like party. Y'all can really vibe to that in the club.
Okay. Yeah, we waiting on that then. We like the party.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you said you started writing music 2 years ago?
Yeah. Yeah, I started writing 2 years ago, like right during, quarantine. Cause I
Right. But have you like how long have you been doing music?
2 years.
Wow. That's what I was trying to get to because it don't sound like you've been doing music 2 years.
Yeah, it's funny because like I've always been in the arts and entertainment. I started out really young. I started dancing at like 3. Been acting. Once I went to elementary school, I did some plays and stuff, and then I got signed and became like a child performer at 10 years old. So I've been in the industry. I've done a lot of musicals and stuff, and I've always wanted to do music, but I just had no idea where to start. So like during quarantine, that's where I had all the time to just let me see what it is to write out a song or whatever. Yeah.
So was Corny Text the first song that you actually wrote or came up with during quarantine?
No. My first song that I wrote was "Hurting Yourself." That was like a song that I have out. It was like a girl that I met. I was doing this program at NYU to learn about music business while I was in high school.
Right.
And that's where it started. Like I started learning about it. Then COVID happened mid program and stuff, and then I had nothing to do, and I met these kids that do music. She's like from upstate New York. She sent me a beat, and I just wrote to it, recorded it on my voice memos, and she put it together, created an artist page for me, and just posted that shit. And I was like, oh, we doing this for real? Like I guess I'm an artist. She just made me a page. You know what I'm saying? And then
Oh wow.
yeah, from
So how many songs do you totally have out like right now
like
besides Corny
six,
Text and hurting?
like six.
6 songs.
Yeah.
Wow. So you putting in some work.
Yeah. I mean, like, we were trying to. In the beginning, it was kind of hard for me to start releasing because, I was so new. Like, my first song I've ever written just up on the internet for everyone to see. And then my second song I've ever written, and my third song, and my fourth song. Like, every song I've ever written, I went to the studio and recorded it and posted it. So, like, it's like chronological order.
Wow. So
And then
Corny Text is your sixth song.
Um, no, actually, Corny Text is the only one that's not up there yet. Like after that, like after those first 5 songs, I took a break because I was doing a lot of shows during the summertime,
Right.
and then I signed this production deal, and then we got linked up with a new producer, and then I want to say we wrote Corny Text was like the second or third song that I did with that producer. So like it's not like that one's not my sixth song I've ever written. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it blew me away with you only been doing this 2 years.
Thank
Cause
you.
you don't sound like you've been doing music 2 years. Like it sounds like you've been doing it, for a while. And like corny
Thank
text,
you.
like it just stood out to me. Like you can ask your brother. Me and him was talking, we was chopping it up, and I was like, yeah, I actually like the song. You know,
Thank
so
you.
like I
I'm
actually
glad.
started playing the song before we even started doing any business.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. I mean, that's so great for me to hear because honestly, like when I was writing it, I had the worst like writer's block, and I was like in the booth, like I was doing it, and then I'm just like to my producer, "Yo, this shit's ass." Like I remember walking out the booth, I was so mad. I just sat down for like a cool 10 minutes, like I don't like this. Like I
Right.
didn't like it in the beginning, but
Yeah. And
I
now
finished
now
it.
you see how it turned out.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And do you also had a video out for that as well too, right?
Nah, I don't got any music videos out. Actually, the next single that I want to release, we're gonna do a music video for. So we're working right now to get it done.
Okay, so you got to go back and do a video for Corner Text.
We'll see, we'll see. I mean, I'm still independent right now, so you know, stuff as an independent artist isn't all like butterflies and rainbows. Yeah, like I'm paying that for myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. How about we talk about the independent side of being in the music
Yeah,
industry for a little bit? Because a lot of independent artists, they think it's all fly by night. They think it's easy.
yeah.
Elaborate on that a little bit, because I know it's some good times in there as well, but being independent artists is a lot of hard times too.
Right, right. I mean,
Yeah, so can you elaborate on it a little bit? Kind of talk on it a little bit
yeah,
as far as being an
100%.
independent artist?
So I mean, like, I definitely decided that I wanted to do the independent route. When I learned about the music business, right? Like going to that program in NYU and like really learning, you know, how the industry works on the inside. It's
Yeah,
built to like take advantage of artists that don't really know better. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why you hear a lot of people getting the rights to all their songs taken away because it's owned by the labels and everything, and that's where the longevity lasts, like you owning your masters. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where you'll see the return of all those things years later, you know, when you're old and gray, like you'll see those investments come back. So I didn't want to be taken advantage of, and I wanted to have enough leverage to argue a good enough deal, you know, for myself.
right.
So, with the help of my parents and myself, like, we're just trying to do this, you know, figure out my sound. I don't want to be kind of constrained in any way. I don't want anybody kind of interrupting with my own artist development because I have a very specific vision. So I feel like, you know, involving a lot of other people that are pouring so much money into you, they're going to have opinions, they're going to make you do certain things, like maybe push you in different like areas of music that you don't necessarily want to do. And that's why I chose to do it because I feel like I like music. You know, I'm an artist. Period. If I want to make a record that sounds different from everything else that I'm going to make, like have
Yeah,
out, then so be it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to be constrained in that way. So I want to make my own lane, my own avenue, and you know, when someone comes to me with a good enough deal where I'm not gonna get taken advantage of, you know, and I own my stuff at the end of the day, then we could talk. But I want to do my own thing.
yeah. I think it's better when you do your own thing because you get to see your flowers while you're going through the process.
Yeah,
Um,
it's definitely a struggle though. Don't even like
yeah, I'm
I won't even
already
hold
I'm
you.
already knowing. Trust me, I
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know I definitely know like how it is to be an independent artist. Um, and while we're on this subject, let's talk about it. By you being a female,
Hmm.
um, is it hard for you? Try to get your music heard, try to get it out there, or what? How does it work by you as you being a female trying to
Yeah.
do music? Well, not trying to do music. You
Right.
are doing music, but how does it work? Being a female.
It's funny that you asked me that because I was just talking about this the other day, like to my mom, right? Because this is a male dominant industry, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like the type of music that I make, it's not necessarily like I it's more for girls, you know what I'm saying? I make music a lot, for girls. I listen to girly music. Like a lot of the time I feel like guys don't really understand what I'm trying to do cuz a lot of the stuff that I've made that's unreleased is still like more pop leaning and it's a little bit more feminine. So
Yes.
when I'm in a room with a bunch of men, sometimes I feel like they don't hear you. Like they don't hear what I'm saying. They don't like, you know, and it's just like, a lack of, I think the fact that because I'm so young, that's the
Yes.
thing too. People don't think I know what I'm talking about. But I have a very specific vision, and sometimes just like, they don't understand. They don't listen to pop music. They don't listen to girly music. So I'd had to find a bunch of like, I had to go through so many producers before I found the producers that I work with that understood what I wanted to do, because like a lot of the times, like, how many producers like don't make that type of music.
Yeah.
I've had to find them through like other people, and like, you know that's definitely something I have to do with them.
Right. I'm already. I don't want to ask that because I know it's kind of. It ain't no kind of. I know it's different from being a male in the industry than being a
Yeah,
female.
yeah, they definitely take you more seriously as a guy in the industry. It's kind of annoying sometimes. I feel like, yeah, like they think they just know more than me, or and want to keep putting their opinions in, and sometimes it's like, this is not even for you, this is for the girls, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is for the girls and the gays. Like, you don't even know what you're talking about right now, so like leave me
Right.
alone. I know what hits, like I know what I'm trying to do, so just like help me do it and just like let me rock.
Yeah. Yeah. Just let me do this. You worry about
Right.
your part. I got this part.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What type of feedback have you been getting from Corny Text though? You been getting a lot of great feedback from it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, occasionally, like you always get people saying stuff like that. Some, they don't like it, or maybe something could be tweaked. But for the most part, like I got a lot of love on that song, so I'm happy.
Yeah. It's definitely a different song. So that's probably why you're getting a lot of great feedback.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to ask a personal question. I was waiting to the interview.
Hmm.
Why did you name it Corny Text?
Why did I land with it? Like the title.
Yeah, why did you name it Corny Text?
So it's funny, right? Because okay, so the way that I write most of my songs, I do the melody first, and then I go over with my lyrics. And I was saying I had writer's block. So one of the people that works at, like that I work with, they came in and they were just listening, and they just wrote a few couple bars, literally the first like 2 or 3 bars of the song. I just got two corny sex from this dude. Wanna tell him about himself, but I don't wanna be rude. And then I was like, okay, like I'm gonna go with that. And then we just wrote the rest of the song. And then
Wow.
we kind of liked it. So, sometimes it's trial and error and like piecing different parts of the song together in different areas. So we just kept like, putting that in, and we're like, it works.
Yes.
So that's just what it became. Like, I don't usually ever think about this the title of the song or like any of it until the end. The end. That's like the last thing we think about.
Okay. So and is that your process every song? You always do the melody first, then the lyrics?
I mean, yeah, for me I do, because I it's I've just come up with melodies just out of nowhere. Like, they just come to me. So a lot of the times I'll just like go in the booth, and I'll just keep humming a bunch of melodies, like, literally saying gibberish in the booth. I'll
Right.
be saying gibberish, but I get the cadences and the flows. And then I'll come out, we'll listen to all them, and then we'll piece like the coolest parts of all the takes together. And then usually the whole song's there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that because I never seen it done that way.
Really?
Um, yeah, I guess because I'm around a lot of rappers, so I'm like,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a whole
yeah, I'm
different
around a lot of
process.
rappers, and And while the studio I go to, they do a lot of punching in.
Yeah. That's what, because my boyfriend, he's a producer and an engineer, and he does more like hip hop and rap and shit. So I'll come in and I'll watch his sessions, and they're just punching in. And I'm like, yo, like that's not how I cannot do that.
I don't see how they do it, but they do it, and they does that the whole song though. Like the whole song, they punch it the
Yeah,
whole song.
that's a whole other like talent. Like I have not been able to tap into that yet. That's crazy.
You probably will though. Eventually, you'll probably end up tapping into it. I think every artist has that in them somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just gotta come out eventually.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let me ask you this: how is the music scene in New Jersey, or just in that area? Period. Is it fair for you? First of all, because you're a female, or is it basically on popularity, or is it based on who you know, or is it just pay to play? As long as you paying, they gonna play your song. Like, how is it?
Mm. Okay, so honestly, there's like I feel like the music scene for pop, like what I'm trying to do, pop R&B, it's not really there. Like I barely know people that do it. I could count on my hand how many people that make that type of music here. I know people like a lot more people that in the rap part of Jersey. That part is popping. You got the Jersey club scene and all of that. They're popping off, but for what I'm trying to do, I honestly have not really met that many people. It's more in New York, like in Manhattan. That's where I'm at mostly, like for all my shows. Pay to play, that's everywhere. I feel like a lot of places like will want you to pay for shit, and now I'm at the point where like I've invested so much money into doing this. Like I just need to get like paid shows, So like all of the next shows that we're getting now, like they're my first paid shows I've ever gotten, because now like we're trying to get dancers and stuff. But guess where they're all at? Like not in Jersey. Like they're all in New York. They're
Right.
all like, I have one in Miami. So I don't know. I'm waiting for Jersey to show me some love.
They. It's crazy what I'm about to say, but Jersey probably ain't gonna show you no love until the rest of the world starts
Oh
showing you
yeah,
love.
I've always thought that.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Like in my city, they don't show no love at all.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if I go to Atlanta, like it's the red carpet's laid out for me in Atlanta. Like the red carpet's laid out. Hotel, whatever I need, they got it.
Right. Yeah, I went to Texas for the first time like last weekend. I was there for South by Southwest.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that, so I'm glad you brought it up.
Yeah. So it was great. It's definitely, the people are so much different down there. I've never been down south before, and I felt like I'd done the most talking I've ever did in my entire life, because people actually talk back to you there.
Yeah, they talk back. Yeah, we like to talk in the South.
Yeah, they talk back. I'm not used to that. So, it was great though. That's what I'm saying. Like I went down there and I was like, people are so nice here. Like I feel like Houston and Austin will fuck with me before Jersey does. That's what I said to someone.
Right. And
Yeah.
and then and might be something to think about. There might be a move you might need to make later on. Might
I
need to move
don't
out of Jersey,
know if I go
move to
out.
Houston.
I don't know if I go out to Texas. I love the East Coast. If I move anywhere, like I'm moving to New York. Like I lived there last year. I'm back in Jersey now, but I want to move back. Like I love living in Manhattan.
You love New York, huh? Never been to Manhattan. I never been to New York.
Never.
Period.
Oh man,
Ever.
it's different.
Yeah, I gotta come. I gotta come ASAP too.
Yeah. I love it there. I like that. It's just so much more like, I live in a small town, so if everyone from a small town kind of understands, like, especially if I'm into the arts and like I've always liked doing this since I was younger. Like I don't know, people who didn't really take it too well. So like I feel like New York was always more open minded. That's why I've always kind of been drawn to it. They don't care about Nobody cares about what you're doing there. Everyone's
Yeah.
like their own thing and trying to
Right.
get their goals done.
Right. So let me ask you about Southwest by Southwest real quick. did you I know you talked to a lot of DJs. I seen you had a few interviews. I see you did a live performance.
Yeah.
So just overall, like, did you feel like you accomplished what y'all needed to accomplish by going there?
Oh yeah, we met so many people. It was definitely like so great to do. Like the interviewers were great. The show went well. We met a lot of people there. Next year, I'm trying to go for like a whole week in Austin because I felt like it was too short. I barely got to see Texas. I want to like go back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Southwest by Southwest is dope, man. It's a lot of networking that goes on. I think they do it like 3 days.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, no, it's
Yeah,
it's longer. It's longer than that because before the music part of it, they have a lot of like film and TV, like conferences and stuff like that. Because it's like half industry stuff. The other half is like for just music events that anybody can go to. So it's like half and half. I'm trying to go for the whole thing because I'm also into like acting and stuff. I've been doing commercials for a long time and like some TV stuff when I was younger.
okay, so you pretty much well rounded. Then you doing music and film, huh?
Well, yeah, it was. I did, acting, film, and TV like way longer than I've done music. It's like gonna be 10 years soon.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. So you really basically like got the best of both worlds.
yeah. I just love entertaining. I think that's what I like. I started out doing all that. With dance at 3. Dance started at 3, and I kept up with that for 10 years.
Wow.
Um, and then I stopped stopped in high school. Wanted to play some sports, but started again when I went back to college.
Right.
Yeah, so I've been doing stuff,
And you
entertaining for a
you
long
um
time.
you model too, right?
Yeah, I did some modeling in the beginning, like when I first started with, I got signed to an agency at like 10 years old, right? They had me signed for modeling and for acting. I just didn't like modeling. It wasn't as fun for me though. I did it for a little bit. It's just boring to just stand there and like, pose. I wanted to do something interesting.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
can't
Right.
do
Right.
that.
I never heard at it. I never heard of it. Looking at it as that way, like I never heard anybody say that it was boring.
Well, yeah, well, like coming from like when I'm thinking of like all that artistic and industry stuff, I'm thinking about performing, like dancing or like doing a scene or like what I'm saying, like acting for someone or singing for someone. Then I'm just like there to look pretty and they're just posing me like I'm just this is boring. And then I was too short anyways. Like I missed my cutoff. I'm 5'3". Like I couldn't even do runway. I couldn't even walk.
Wow.
I did one
So you
show
have
and
to
that
be.
was
So
it.
you have to be a certain size. You have to be a certain height.
Oh yeah, for modeling. Well, if you're trying to do the type of modeling where you go to like fashion week and you walking down in the fashion shows, a lot of
Yeah.
the time they like taller people, like 5'8" for women, like shortest.
Okay.
And I did it when I was like a kid. Like I walked one time for New York Fashion Week when I was like 14, but that was it. I never did it again. I'm too short now.
Yeah. So now, since you're too short to model, then the next fashion week they need to have you performing on the stage or something.
Yeah, yeah. That would be awesome.
Yeah. How do they even do that though? Do they like let artists perform at the fashion week?
Yeah, sometimes they do. I've seen a couple performances where they had artists perform at places and like for fashion shows. Even like I remember the Victoria's Secret fashion show and the Fenty fashion show that Rihanna does. They all have artists perform during the show. Yeah.
Wow, I never knew. I guess because I ain't in the modeling world, so I don't really know how it works.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So can you make a lot of money off modeling though?
It depends. Like if you're a top model, I think you can, but like a lot of the times it depends. Like it really like commercial modeling definitely there's more money like stuff for like when you get campaigns for like big fashion brands like they'll pay you things but as a model that does runway if you don't have a name for yourself or you don't have that look or nepotism sometimes it's mad hard to get paid for that like Vogue I heard doesn't even pay people to be on the cover
Wow.
because it's like an honor to be on Vogue.
Yeah, it's an honor. Yeah, I get that. I get that. And then
Yeah.
that helps your brand as well if you
Yeah.
are on the front cover.
Yeah, but like imagine, the models that they get on the cover that aren't like super famous, you know.
Yeah, they famous after that though, huh?
Yeah, probably, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me your top five. Give me your top five artists that you
Top
like.
five, that's so hard.
Yeah, I
Like
need your
people
top.
ask
I know it's
questions.
hard, but give me your top five though.
Okay. I mean, top three, I could easily put like Beyonce, Rihanna, Nicki Minaj. Like top three. Um okay, an artist that I really have always liked too, K Tronada. Love K Tronada.
Okay.
Um and for me, because she was like my first inspiration and first like pop star I was like obsessed with in middle school, knew everything about her, Ariana Grande.
Wow.
Yeah, like I went to like 4 or 5 shows for her. One time, like I stood up all night, like in Central Park, to like go to the Today Show, like with my mom to see her.
Wow.
Yeah, I was a huge fan.
Okay. So I'm guessing that's where the pop R&B background comes from.
Yeah, yeah, 100%, 100%.
Now it all makes sense now.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. So I know you said you had the new single. What was the name of the new single you dropping again?
The new single is called Control, out April 23rd.
All platforms.
Yep, all platforms.
Okay. I'm pretty sure Eric gonna send it to me.
Oh yeah, definitely will. And there's
Yeah,
gonna be a music video for that
I'm
one.
gonna need it because
Yeah.
I'm gonna run it in the club and same thing I'm doing right now recording text really.
Right, right, right. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, we gonna do that. We locked in. We family now. You don't even know it.
Yeah, you already heard. I need to go out to Georgia now.
We're gonna set it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna set it up because you're gonna need a big stage.
Yeah, let me like I love doing performing like performance art. I feel like has definitely died out in the industry. I don't see the pop girlies doing it anymore like that. I'm trying to bring dancers and the theatrics like,
Yeah, that's what we
Beyonce.
need because there's a
Yeah.
difference between dancers, theatrics, and then it's a difference between twerking.
Yeah, I'm not trying to like twerk on stage. Like that's not
Yeah,
like
we tired of all that anyway. We tired of twerking.
yeah. I'm trying to like I grew up watching Beyonce. Beyonce was like, "Oh my god, I never knew this was like possible." Like when I was a kid watching it. So that's what I'm trying to even get on a single degree of her level.
Right. So do you like, say for instance, on your songs when you perform them, do you actually like make up the dance routine for the dancers, or y'all just come together
Mhm.
and put y'all heads together for it?
Yeah. No, I don't come up with it. We have like a choreographer that teaches us. Um, I like some people have that ability to choreograph a whole dance. I feel like I could, but it definitely take me really long. Some people just have that the same way you can just write music real quick. Some people just have that in them. So usually it's a separate person for me, and then we all learn it together, me and the dancers.
Right.
Yeah.
So how long does it take y'all to get that down? You think 2 days, 3 days,
Oh, I mean,
week?
it depends, like what we're performing for. Like, what is this? Is this like a music video shoot, or is this a performance? How long is the set for the performance? Is this a 30-minute set? Are we learning all new choreography, or are we just taking pieces from stuff that we learned before and putting them together? So or
Right.
do we have to just run through it a couple times? But I mean, I'm usually used to really long dance rehearsals. Like when I was on a dance team, like I'd be there for 5 6 hours at a time, and getting like one break, 5 minute break in between. We're just going, learning like all the choreo and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's dope, man. That's real dope. And that means you multi-talented too, cause you can do music, dance, model.
Yeah,
You just got it all going on.
thank you, thank you. Trying.
Yeah, I'm honored. I'm humbled to be working with y'all. This ain't the last interview we will do. This
Nope.
ain't the first interview we gonna do. We're gonna do multiple interviews.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we gotta keep showing the progress and the process and all the wins.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Look, before we get out of here, I do this every podcast. I do this with every artist. Some artists that's in your lane that's trying to do what you're doing, they may be stuck. They can't get where you're at. I want you to give them a little motivation so they can keep going, so they won't lose focus or lose track of where they're trying to be, so they can be in your shoes.
Hmm. Let me think about that. I mean, honestly, the biggest advice that I can give is just while you're on the process of doing this, you have to really like tap into yourself, like what is it that you are trying to achieve and be highly specific in that. Like what is your end goal? Like what is that niche you're trying to fill, or what are you really trying to go for? Because that's going to really give you a good insight on like what your goal should be then for the next couple months. And then after that, like if you're struggling to put out music, just put it out. Like that's just the biggest advice I can give you, because I didn't want to think too hard about the song and keep going back and stressing myself out about it, because your ears get tired to things that you hear over and over again. Just
Yeah,
put it out, just release it, and just keep it moving. Always just trying to make everything that you do better than before, and that's what's really going to get you there. Tap into your energy that you have inside. Make sure you keep everything light and positive, and give back good energy to the world, and just keep pushing forward. Like you can't lose sight of like anything else but the end goal.
right, right. I like that. I like that. I even took some of that in for myself.
Thanks.
Yeah, I even took some of that in for myself. Before we get out of here, though, I got to shout out your brother Eric, man. Got to shout out him. That's the big homie. That's my
Yes.
homie. That's your brother, but that's my big homie.
My dad.
That's your dad.
Yeah.
He told me he was your brother.
Did he?
I might have misheard him.
No, that's my dad. He's my dadager.
Oh, that's your dadager.
Yep, my dadager.
No wonder me and him be talking a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because we was supposed to do it last week, but y'all was in Southwest by Southwest, so that's why we rescheduled it for this week.
We just so much like to prep before that. It was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what he said. He was like, y'all had a lot going on, so I was like, we'll just do it next week.
Yeah. But
Yeah. Well, hey man, shout out to your dad, man, because everybody don't have that. Everybody don't have that.
yeah, my parents, like, they've always been so supportive from day one. They've always like taken the time out of their busy schedules to like make sure I'm doing, like, I'm going to auditions and just sessions and shows and all that craziness, rehearsals.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. Shout out to your parents. Tell them I said Chill Will said shout out to them.
Okay, I will.
Yeah. Before we go though, I want you to shout out all your social media, your YouTube, even the platforms where the songs are at right now too.
Mhm.
Before we go.
You guys can find me on. Ooh, my dog's in here. My bad. Um, you can find me on all social media platforms, all music platforms: Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, SoundCloud, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, whatever you want, on Angelyse Mariah. That's Angel, YSE, Mariah, Mariah. Angelyse Mariah on all platforms.
Angelyse, Mariah.
Yes.
Well, Angelyse, I sure appreciate you for stopping by Chill Talk the podcast. We had a dope interview.
Thank you.
You keep
Thank you.
going. You keep making this popping R&B.
Yeah.
And the lane gonna open up in a minute because the music good. And I have a
Thank you.
philosophy: when the music good, it can't be denied.
Thank you. He wanted to say thank you too. He just climbed that up.
Hello. But yeah, man, I really
Mhm.
appreciate you, man. You got my support all the way. You got
Thank you so
94.4 FM
much.
Jams, but also support. So we just gonna keep building and keep rocking.
Yes, sir.
And then we'll get you to Georgia, and then you can get us to New Jersey.
Yes, yes. We'll do a swap.
Yeah, let's make that work, man. Again, I appreciate you for sliding by Chill Talk the podcast. Everybody, make sure y'all go follow Angelyse Mariah ASAP. Follow her ASAP. She got some good music. She ain't talking about all that gibberish everybody else be talking about. She actually got something to say.
Yes, sir. Good
So
night,
yeah,
everybody.
y'all make sure y'all go follow her again. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And we're gonna keep working and keep building.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.